Hi, readers. So we are going to finish Out of This World today, digging into some more problems and solutions. You're going to need your Big Wonders book and your worksheets from yesterday. Go ahead and turn to page 510. Okay, so we'll read 510 and 511 together. We'll do box 3 together. And then you will be doing box 4 and 5 by yourself. Okay? So, what we're going to read about today together is about the training in space. One of our headings, hopefully you were able to identify some headings yesterday. We've got lots of photographs, and we're going to even use the photographs and do you remember what this is called? Captions to help us understand the photograph. All right, so let's go ahead. We're on 510, and let's read. Training in space. Before she could join the space program and be an astronaut, Ochoa had one more problem to solve. She had to get herself ready. It was not an easy task. She began training in 1990. Her strong background in math and science helped her do well in these new classes. She also had to pass a physical exam to get into the program. She learned to work on the real machines astronauts use during space flights. In training, things keep breaking and problems have to be solved, Ochoa says. I was in training for 3 years before my first mission. Wow, can you imagine? During training, astronauts work hard on machines to get them used to working in space. I'm just going to make it focus a little bit more. One machine creates weightlessness conditions that astronauts feel in space because of what? The zero gravity, right? Weightlessness is the fun part of the mission. Ochoa says, I guess the closest thing would be swimming or scuba diving. What is odd is that weightlessness seems more natural. That's interesting. All right, and then on page 511, an interview with Ellen Ochoa. Student reporters interviewed Ellen Ochoa. Here are some of their questions and her answers. What is NASA training like? In training, we prepare for anything that could happen. On a space mission, anything that could go wrong. Nothing has ever gone wrong in any of my missions, and our training helps us make sure that nothing will. For my last mission, we trained for 9 months before the actual flight. How do you sleep on the space shuttle? On my last mission, we slept in what can be described as a sleeping bag with hooks. You could find a place to hook onto and float in. Here's our caption. Astronauts are able to sleep even in weightless conditions. So that's what she was talking about. That's what it looks like. What do you look for in potential astronauts, and what is their average age? Most people who are selected are between the ages of 30 to 40. We look for college education in science or technology. We look for people who can do many things well because with multiple skills can usually learn things quickly. This is very important skill for an astronaut. All right, so let's look at box number 3 together. Can you see it? Summarize, how did Ellen Ochoa train to be an astronaut? Sorry, I don't know why it's so hard for you guys to see today. How did she train? What did she do? What did she have to use? So it seems like each mission, do you remember how many missions she did? We talked about it yesterday. We read about it yesterday. It seems like each mission she goes on, she has to train for a certain amount of time. So if you look here, on our first page, 510, where does it say that? I was in training for 3 years before my first mission. So let's see. Where does it talk about? She had to pass a physical exam to get into the program, and she learned to work on real machines astronauts use during space flights. That sounds about right, right? So how did she train to be an astronaut? She trained by, well, and also what was her problem? Do you remember her problem at the beginning? She had to get herself ready. She had to train, right? She had to get ready. So her problem was she wasn't like physically ready to go into space, or mentally probably. She trained by taking a physical exam and by working on machines. Is that what it was? Yep. Astronauts. Oops, sorry. Use in space. And then it says, what do you learn from the caption on page 511? So if we go back and we look at page 511, what was the caption? Astronauts are able to sleep even in weightless conditions. So what did we learn? We learned how they're able to sleep, right? Because here's that question, how do you sleep in the space shuttle? All right, so you have a little bit more to read on your own. You are going to start on the next page, 512. Titled the heading Space Jobs. Okay, then you're going to read about Ellen Ochoa's life today. Did I skip a page? I did skip a page, sorry. You are not going to start on that one. You are going to start on page 512 down here. Space work is teamwork. Okay, then you'll continue to read about those space jobs and her life today. Okay, and then for your discussion post, you're going to, after you answer all of box 4 and all of box 5, you're going to post what the responsibility of the ground crew is and a little quiz. See if you remember. How many times did Ellen Ochoa go into space? Those are your discussion posts. I would like both of these in complete sentences, please, with capital letters and punctuation marks. All right, my friends, have fun learning about one of our famous astronauts, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.